Wesley Green did. I mean, a kid leaves after a year without playing. So it sounded like there were just a lot of red flags there that, as Coach Spurrier said in the statement yesterday, just best interest of both, I guess both parties, just to move on.
Well, that's the way recruiting goes, and, all players not going to fit the system. And so, sometimes, you have to make changes. So we wish we had luck.
How many defensive linemen would you like to play per game?
We'd like to play them all, but, we can't travel 15 guys, and because, the SEC rule of the number of guys you can travel will be taken from other positions. But, probably 10.
You travel 10 defensive linemen to be part of that travel squad?
Probably.
When do you think you'll know those 10?
We're going to get closer, probably a week and a half out. We probably, can develop some ideas, but we hadn't even sat down and talked about it as a defensive staff yet. But, probably about a week and a half out.
How's Blackshear look?
He's getting better. He's still a ways away. He's not the only guy, but, learning first time in the system. So, and learning how to work to the way we want him to work, it's just going to take some time.
Be tougher for him to play than most freshmen because of the injury. He said he still doesn't feel like he's 100% back.
Well, that's probably true. You look at him sometime in the stands, Coach Adam and I, and you can tell that he's still not 100% with his knee. So, but he's out here pushing himself and trying to get better, and so it'll come.
Does he have a chance to play this year, though?
Well, hopefully all of them have a chance to play. Again, we won't make that decision until we get probably a week and a half out.
What does TJ Gurley bring to this defense?
Leadership. He's played a lot of football here. He's a senior, so hopefully he brings some leadership.
Is he one of the hardest hitters that you've seen either here or anywhere that you've coached?
He loves to tackle, and you got to like that about a safety. And he's playing the nickel role in our spur defense, so he's going to have the opportunity to do it some more.
And how important is it to get production out of that nickel spur role? Considering
very important, very important. That he has probably the key to the defense. We bless him. We got to be in coverage, and so he does a lot of things for us.
Have you seen a role for Torrey Boyd yet, since he's kind of got himself into the mix a little bit?
Well, I guess we'll be able to tell that more tomorrow when he gets some pads. He has to go, 2 days in shorts, so that's why everybody was in full pads today and he was in shorts. But, I think Coach Houghton and Coach Brown has looked at him, and they feel good about what they saw so far.
Do you think Dixon's injury is going to linger into the season? Is that long a rehabilitation period for Gerald?
I think it could, but I think Jerry is probably okay. Probably back, hopefully 8, 10, 11 days out before we start practice. So if he's back then he'll have opportunity to play. But if he goes further than that, then he will go into the season.
What about Taylor Stallworth? I know he missed all the spring with the pec injury, and I know he's missed the first few days earlier. So how's he been doing?
Well, I think Taylor's fine. Again, we waiting on the doctor to release him. We're not doctors. Okay. We just, Taylor come out and do what he can do. Athletically, he can't be in pass yet, but they're just trying to limit the hits that he's going to get on it in fall camp. But I think he'll be ready to play in the season.